love to be God magnet. Love to tell you don't you grab it.
Hey, welcome to Lobster Magnet's Review, the channel, the review. We are here. I am here with my buddies, Gorogregoro and Zavule, and this is a monumentous occasion. We've leveled up our production values yet again. Zavule has a USB mic.
I know, it's fucking amazing.
It's
I fucking
amazing.
love this thing. It's tiny.
It's tiny. It's like a little robotic transformer. His audio doesn't sound as shit as it did last week. It is amazing. Oh my god, little by little, we are climbing up this thing as we level up our game. And just as we level up our game, let us discuss about how Oda completely threw us to a loop and did something that none of us predicted or expected with this week's chapter of One Piece.
I almost feel like he channeled the Hunter x Hunter guy with this chapter bit.
Really?
How so, Greg? I want to hear that argument.
Well, there's like such the obvious point of the story where it's like, oh, this is just like what happened in Dressrosa, where they're trying to outrun, the Marines. They're trying to outrun their enemy, get to the pirate ship.
The end of every fucking arc ever.
Yeah,
like Arabasta.
Good half of them, usually they're outrunning the Marines.
But this time, and it looked like Big Mom was going to eat her whole fucking crew. But this time, he's just like, no, I'm going to take a page from Hunter x Hunter guy. I'm going to, turn this around on them. Now all the good guys are fucked. So
I have to say, I'm really disappointed I didn't get to see Big Mom eat everyone.
I am disappointed.
It is a good twist, but I'm really disappointed. And honestly, what I really desperately want to see is just a Big Mom Ragegasm ping pong tournament where it's the first thing they do is
actually
they
have the
immediately
cake.
go wedding cake. We don't have wedding cake, but you stole it. I have no idea what you're talking about. Dogtooth though, he totally stole your wedding cake.
Big Mom goes back and forth.
Just go back and forth in a high stakes game of bluffing until finally no one has excuses and she just eats the losers.
That would be absolutely amazing. I would love to see that. I don't think we're going to see that. Although I'm so sad that we didn't get Big Mom eating all of her children. I wanted that cannibalism badly.
I just want to see this as it slowly spirals and spirals. Just dragging in increasingly less obscure characters. Just, as you just play this terrible game of who stole the cookie from the cookie jar. It's I don't have it, but Big News Morgan had it because he wanted to take pictures of it.
All I can say is that
Big
oh my
news!
god. Wouldn't it be crazy if someone actually snuck away a piece of the wedding cake? No joke, someone actually behind the backs of Big Mom and the rest of the people, someone actually snuck in a slice Big News Morgan.
And the entire salvation of the arc lies upon it. But we do get another interesting twist where apparently Capone's wife is the only one who can make chiffon cakes, and Pudding needs to go get her to make the incredible cake that is more tasty than the wedding cake.
Yeah, I was surprised by Pudding's kind of weird hero moment. Or is
oh come on,
villain
she's basically
moment?
Just fucking, she's fucking going yandere. It's creepy.
Yeah, she is going kind of yandere. She is supposed to be a creepy character.
I have to kill him. I totally don't want to fuck him or anything. Look at my third eye. It's so weird.
Yeah, that whole line where she's he insulted me.
The rest of my family so I can become super king of this goddamn stupid fucking food island.
Well,
but Greg,
incidentally leads. All right, hold on. It just incidentally leads into another good question.
Yes.
The fuck? It's something I asked you before. The fuck hasn't she used her memory manipulation on Big Mom before? Because quite frankly, that's immediately where I assumed that was going. When she's I can fix this.
Okay, yeah, cool. I thought so too.
Big Mom's memory so that she remembers eating the cake, and everyone shuts the fuck up about it and never speaks of this again.
Okay, I could see that, but the biggest problem, of course, would be getting close enough to Big Mom while she's in her fucking hunger fury right now.
Yeah, that's what when we were discussing it before, that's what I was thinking. That, like, we don't know what the rules are for the fruit, so assumingly, you know, when she did it to Reiju, she was, like, pretty much right next to her head, so assumingly she has to, like, go do it. You have to subdue Big Mom, this impenetrable, rage-fueled hunger monster that will eat you, and if she doesn't eat you, she'll steal your soul, and if she doesn't steal your soul, she'll shoot thunder at you, and if she doesn't shoot thunder at you, she'll impale you with her gigantic sword hat thing, which we can only assume is like the most badass sword in the world. And if she doesn't do that, she'll light you on fire with her fire powers. She is a very versatile character who has earned her status.
Oh, I just noticed that was a fucking sword hat.
Yeah.
Where the fuck did that come from? That was like in her hat the whole time?
But I kind of hate it.
How can you hate the sword hat? I love it.
It's a fucking sword hat, Isaac, okay? That's like a sword gun, but worse.
Shut up. The sword hat is great.
You mean a gunblade, right?
It's total fucking badass.
Yeah, okay, a fucking gunblade, okay? This is worse than sword chucks. Fuck you.
Sword chucks?
It's great. I like the sword hat. You know, they said her three main powers, I mean, aside from her soul fruit and her incredible strength and her ability to eat people, is the fact that she is the Prometheus, the Zeus, and her hat, which is called Boing Boing or some shit.
Her hat
which should feel ashamed of itself. It's a hat.
I don't know what the rules of the hat is, but a couple chapters ago, they pointed out the hat, and they said it was a important part of Big Mom's, you know, shtick.
Oh, my God.
Wait, who pointed that out?
I forget who, and I don't want to research it, getting down to the research rabbit hole, but somebody said it.
Okay, fine. Let's just ignore the fucking hat. No one likes the hat except Isaac.
The hat is fine.
I like the hat before it turned into a sword,
the fucking hat, okay? Let's take this to the comments.
I like her little bandana, pirate bandana.
If not, we're just going to assume Isaac is wrong.
Yeah, we'll see what people have to say. I think they'll be very supportive.
How does everyone like Big Mom's pirate bandana though? That's pretty cool, right? It's like a pirate do-rag kind of thing.
Alright, so that's kind of lead back into... Alright, so how the fuck are they gonna get away from this?
I don't know, man. That's gonna be like... They seem royally fucked. Like, I thought we were like yeah. You know, I thought the arc was over. I thought that, like, you know, and I was okay with that. Like, you know, Big Mom eats her children. A big event happens. Straw Hat Pirates move on, but apparently Oda has other plans. He's got like another grand finale, and I have no idea. Even Luffy, who normally just like shrugs off like people who are stronger than him, he has this fuck face now that he finally realizes the terror that is Big Mom.
I did fucking love that. I did fucking love the fact that Luffy is finally starting to learn fear. He's not like gag fear, but honest to God, oh shit, I think I might have fucked up fear.
I finally see that there are consequences for my actions. Oh my God.
I'm not going to do anything to fix that, but I understand it now.
I don't know. Maybe
is there anything that like they could take advantage of now that Big Mom is sort of separated from the rest of her crew? Because with the crew around her, it made the situation a lot more complicated.
She's still pretty fucking devastating. She killed a bear with her bare hands when she was a child.
Oh, come on, like half the fucking One Piece villains could have done that shit.
Yeah, but I don't know. She was like 6. I thought it was a good feat for like a 6-year-old child.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
How about remember when Bege captured Sanji in his castle thing?
Yeah.
Is there some way he could do something like that to Big Mom?
Well, remember, Beiji is like off, like in Tankland. He's like, you know, trying to piece the fuck out. So
also,
he's not around Luffy.
Also, yeah. He is the castle. That's like going like, hey, would you like to eat this like rabid squirrel? Just eat this squirrel. It'll be fine. I'm sure it won't try and like claw its way out of your stomach or anything.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean eat a rabid squirrel?
Do you remember how pissed he got when, like like Sanji like put out a cigarette or something on the carpet. Like he gets really pissed about that shit.
Yeah, you are messing in his innards, so like I don't think it would really help to have Big Mom in there.
Explains why. I feel like that explains his obsession with table manners too.
Doesn't
Like just all of a sudden, it's like, oh, that makes sense.
he doesn't want to get his insides messed up with messy
Like,
table manners.
motherfucker, did you just spill wine on the tablecloth? You know I have to regrow that. No, get some club soda or I will destroy you.
That does sort of make sense. And Greg, did you see the super Easter egg at the beginning of this? The little side story in the beginning of the chapter.
What was the Easter egg? I missed it.
So this is probably the most significant side story that we've ever seen because we see. I didn't catch it.
The red-haired pirates flag.
Yeah,
I saw that. I remember that.
Bartolomeo is messing around in like territory that is officially protected by the red-haired pirates.
We don't know anything about what the fuck the red-haired pirates do.
No, we don't, which makes it super exciting. Like, me and Scott were speculating, like, are we going to have Shanks come and then he, like, has, like, a big, like, geek out with Bartolomeo? Does Bartolomeo know that Luffy got a straw hat from Shanks? Will Shanks tell him that he, was the original wielder of the straw hat?
I feel like at some point, once they, like, get called in and realize, like, who the fuck is this asshole with the straw hat stickers? And then there's, like, this bonding moment as they realize they're both, like, best buddies with Luffy.
The real question is, like, Shanks is like the ultimate story lore trump card who's like maybe up there with like the One Piece itself. Would Oda deploy Shanks in like a little side story?
I think
or would he just use Lucky Roo, like the fat guy who's like really fast?
Oh man,
the Sphinx's riddle.
I have to say though, if he did, I would really like to see something like the Red Hair's bar crawl, and just like nothing important, and it would just be like 15 chapters of him getting increasingly drunk and belligerent with his crew.
Because like he does that shit all the time. He's like the most happy-go-lucky young cow like to ever exist.
Yeah, pretty much. Like Oda said, like in some interview he said like if there's any character in One Piece that's most like him, it's Shanks. That he's just this like happy-go-lucky guy. He just doesn't have a care in the world except for
sacrifice an arm, and
it's cool, bro.
Did he get that scar before he saved Luffy though? You remember?
Did he what?
How did he get that scar on his
well,
eye?
Remember? Oh my god!
Oh,
Frank,
Blackbeard,
how
right?
Know this? Yeah. Blackbeard gave it to him.
Okay.
Yeah, and that was an argument Isaac and I were having a couple weeks ago. Was the when do you think he became a Yonko?
Probably soon after Roger died.
That's what me and Scott were debating. Like, was he like Yonko status when he gave Luffy the hat, or did he set out and sail and then earn the Yonko status? While he was going to the Grand Line.
I mean, he seemed to be like on par with Buggy. He was like palling around with him and shit. And you see you see where Buggy was at the time, and then you kind of get like the so he like saves Luffy, but loses his arm. Do you really like? We've seen shit with hockey before, and I'm assuming all of the Yonko can use hockey.
Yeah, yes. I think that's a pretty safe assumption.
It should be one of those situations where, oh no, the Sea King bit his arm off. No, that's weird. His arm is all black, and he's just like punching the Sea King in the face over and over and over again.
You got a good point
you get
there.
A fucking gag panel where like the Sea King just sort of washes up to shore, deposits Luffy, and Shanks just kicks it off into the sunset.
But there was some mention of Shanks giving the Sea King a look, and that was like some kind of hockey. That was like
that was the Emperor's hockey.
That was him using the Emperor's hockey to scare the Sea King off. He's like, beat it. You remember that?
But There is the question though, if he was like emperor. Well, I think that's an argument for why he wasn't emperor status then. That he had the potential in it.
Yeah, like Luffy has done that shit before, but didn't know how to use it.
Right.
So my assumption is he's followed a very similar arc to Luffy, just a few years ahead of him. Where I think he's probably one of the newest Yonko. At least that's my theory.
Yeah,
that part of the reason for that, like, my guess would be either there are only 3, or there was a very weak 4 and they died or something else happened. My guess would be that there were 3. He became the weak 4th. And the reason why he is because he doesn't have a lot following him. If you kind of look around, he has his crew. He doesn't really have any of the big fleets like Big Mom or Whitebeard had. And he was basically versatile. Like, he could go trash something, and the other 3 would generally tend to leave him alone, because as soon as one person turned to deal with the problem, the other 2 could then turn on that Yonko, leaving them in a weak spot. So basically, he became Yonko by virtue of the other 3 really not wanting to leave their backs open to anybody.
You know,
that's an interesting theory.
This begs a question, like, with all the Yonko, like, how can they hold territory without giant pirate fleets? Like, how can they hold territory within the Grand Line?
I mean, that was part of my bet, or my guess as to why. Because we have a little bit, but my guess is he really only has a small amount of territory that he protects religiously, and then can, like, go out and go cause problems for everybody else, and run for it back to his territory. And if they try and stop him, well, he's powerful enough that it would cause a problem, and if he got help, that would be 2 Yonko in 1, even if one's weaker, that's still enough to stop them.
And we know that he's like, the power of him and his crew is enough to serve as a deterrent, given the fact that he ended the war single-handedly, and he also, there was this like off-screen thing where Kaido supposedly wanted to take out Whitebeard, but then Shanks was able to scare him off.
Yeah, Shanks scared off Kaido.
Yeah. We like many things in One Piece, this is a really cool thing we would have loved to have seen, but it was kept off screen.
Yeah, and it's that's part, again, one of those things where it's like, okay, so you go fight Whitebeard. Okay, well, that's a giant pain in the ass. You go fight Whitebeard, and Shanks decides to help. Well, now you're looking at a losing situation. You might, maybe, if you're lucky, win, but the toll it would take on literally you and your resources and your crew would basically mean the Marines would just come and finish you.
Just imagine.
And if you didn't lose, well, again, it's Whitebeard and Shanks. You might just lose.
I just imagine a situation with Benjamin. What's his name? Benjamin Beckham.
Ben Beckman.
Ben Beckman pointing a pistol at Kaido, and Kaido's like, "Ooh, Ben Beckman."
Yeah, it's just one of those, like, I'm gonna go kill Whitebeard. I'll help him.
And he's like,
"You son of a
shit, Ben Beckham. Fine, I won't do anything. Your pistol is too scary.
All right, fine. I won't take both of you on at the same fucking time. That's stupid."
I still love it, how, like, whatchamacallit, like, how Shanks' crew all still have, like, these terrible, like, basic bitch character designs that were, like, from Oda's very early days of doing pirate manga. And they're now the most badass, most incredible thing in the world that, honestly, half of them could be, like, filler characters.
I do fucking love that. They're all just like, who the fuck is that asshole? Please don't make him angry.
Well,
beat you to death with that ham hock and then kill everyone you love.
If you look back at, like, the art for, like, the old crew and the new crew, it has slowly evolved over time. Just slightly.
But
There's still a lot of dumb character designs. Like Lucky Roo, the guy who always is a ham hock, he's just this chubby, fat, happy guy. Like he's just a dumb, stupid character design.
I still want to see him, like, get angry with somebody, imbue the fucking gob of meat with hockey, and beat a man to death with it.
It's gonna be like fucking Gluttony from Full Metal Alchemist.
I assume that is his fighting style, and I don't want to be proven wrong.
Scott, it's gonna be like Gluttony from Full Metal Alchemist, okay? It's like, he's seriously, he's the scariest.
Way I would accept. That's the only other set of powers I would accept. If he literally eats people, I would accept that.
I have the stomach, no me. It is an impenetrable Well, actually, I guess we already saw that with Waffle.
Yeah, it's Waffle. It's fucking Waffle, and I already fucking love him.
Waffle.
Right. That is still my favorite part of the anime in recent years. It's just like that shit-eating grin with him walking by.
This is
like
part
that took him for me from like this stupid, oh my god, I fucking hate this character. It's like, Jesus Christ, I fucking love this douchebag. I need to see him back again.
Well, you might see him as the Reverie.
Oh
There's
god,
a good chance.
I hope he eats someone.
Oh yeah, he could be at the Reverie.
He would be like Double King, but with him and other kings. Just like starts eating them left and right.
He just eats all the kings and then assumes their crowns as he they like project through his body.
Yes.
I imagine that's probably not gonna happen, but
I kind of want fan art of Wapol as Double King now.
I'll have to send you the link to Double King. It's a really good animated short that's like really impressive.
I have to admit, I feel a deep kinship with that thing. Do.
Well, before we get into the rating and reviews, I have to bring this up. The Toriko guy, I sent this to Scott, I sent it to Greg, I don't think Greg got to read it, but there was this wonderful, charming retrospective of the Toriko manga guy reflecting on his relationship with Oda, and oh my god, I love that little one-shot manga.
Oh yeah, that was really cute.
It was really sweet. Like his portrait of Oda is like Oda with a fish head. There's this hilarious scene where it's like, Oda's like saying like, if you only, your mind gets sharper if you only sleep for 2 hours.
Yeah, I still maintain Oda as a fucking mutant, and I mean that in the nicest way possible. He is like the perfect mishmash of genes to produce the like the super soldier of manga artists.
Like the Germa 66 of manga artists.
Yeah, basically. It's like he is just like this freak of nature that will never come again. In part because, Jesus Christ, I'm pretty sure the mangaka schedule does not allow for sex. He will never breed. And I'm really sad about that. Those genes need to be passed on.
He just needs more hiatuses. Like, look at Hunter x Hunter guy. He's just... he needs... Hunter x Hunter guy has a wife. He married Sailor Moon creator.
I don't know if they have kids, though. I don't know if they have kids.
Question. Do they?
I don't think so. I mean, I'd have to research. I could be wrong about this. Kishimoto managed to reproduce. I don't know if Oda has, but I think Oda's married to someone. I don't know when he has time to like spend time with his wife, but maybe during like a couple days on his like hiatuses. Because unfortunately, we won't be able to review next week's chapter because we have another hiatus.
Oh snap! He's taking a page from Hunter x Hunter guy.
He deserves it. He's been doing this shit for 20 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus Christ! And he's still like plowing through it, and
he's not fucking George R.R. Martin. the man fucking busts ass.
Yeah. George, did you ever hear of George R.R. Martin's apology, where he basically like said that like, okay, I can't blame it on the TV show. I can't blame it on the publicity appearances. I can't blame it on editing other books. This is all my fault. I'm so sorry that like this production is literally going to beat me to the end of my own story.
I hate to say it, but quite frankly, his reasons, I feel for the guy.
It's better than the Hellsing guy, okay? It's way better. He's way better than the Hellsing guy.
Okay,
I mean,
okay.
The
Hellsing,
fucking like 13 pages of content, like after 10 years of nothing, And George R.
But you
Martin,
don't
he like comes
understand.
up with
He
like
has to,
thousands of
watch
pages.
His wife has to cosplay Nami more.
Does the Helsing guy even have it?
You know, that fapping time is really important to the Helsing guy. You know, he just does not apologize to it, man. You know, it's important to his priority to loosen his wrists.
Yeah, the George R. R. Martin. I don't think this was apocryphal, but I remember him. He was on like a talk show or something with Stephen King. He's going like, "Do you ever have those days where you just like look at everything you write and you hate yourself and you think your writing is terrible and worthless?" And Stephen King just goes, "No." It's just one of those things where it's like, we need to somehow magically combine your self-confidence, because you, Martin, you need more of that, and King, you maybe need to burn some manuscripts once in a while. Just once in a fucking while.
At least King meets his fucking deadlines. You know, King turns out a book, whether it's
shit. Yeah, but then we get shit like Cell. Okay, I would rather have had him miss his fucking deadline for that. Sad and disappointing. The ending of fucking...
The Stephen King book about cell phone zombies.
Yes,
the cell phone zombies.
Fucking shit. That I never bothered finishing because it was terrible.
Okay, I only heard about it from you guys, by the way, but besides that, I never knew anything about it.
I think I have it somewhere if you want to read it. I'll have to go dig it out of a box or something.
Not interested. Not interested.
It was definitely kind of dumb. Although, you know, here's a good question. What do you think we'll see the end of? George R. R. Martin's Game of Thrones or One Piece?
Game of Thrones.
I don't know, man. You know, there's a time where that would make sense. He's only got 2 more books left.
You mean the books, not the show.
Yeah, the books. Not the TV show.
One Piece.
One Piece. I think One Piece.
Although he could pull a Stephen King out of his ass. For years and years and years, there was not a new book in the Dark Tower series, and then all of a sudden he just like ran through those. They were terrible, but he did it.
He got them done.
Yeah, he got them done. So
what was the wait between like the Dark Tower? You know, like what was like 3rd book or 4th book or 5th book?
You know what? Let me check.
Because I would be interested. Because, it's getting kind of sad when the TV show is like, I don't know, someday I might have to make a video about that. Because, like, in some ways I feel like there are parts of the TV show that kind of bug me where it feels like George R. R. Martin would have come up with a better way to handle what they did. But the other hand is then you get, like, George R. R. Martin who just keeps on introducing more and more new fucking stuff as opposed to resolving things. like Dorne is, like, on the TV show and in the books is kind of like the biggest waste of time ever.
All right.
I love Dorne. I love Dorne.
Dorne is like, all the Dorne stuff is really interesting and cool on paper, but it does nothing to, like, you know, resolve or move the main narrative forward.
All right, so it looks like there was like a 6-year hiatus between The Wasteland and Wizarding Glass, and let's see here.
No, that's kind of George R. R. Martin-esque.
That's even worse than Hunter x Hunter guy, isn't it? 6-year hiatus?
Well, Stephen King was probably also writing other books. Like, Stephen King's always writing something.
Right.
Even if he wasn't doing The Dark Tower, I'm sure he did, like, you know, 5 other books in between then.
And about a 6-year hiatus between Wizarding Glass and Wolves of the Kala.
Oh, interesting. Huh.
That's right, folks. You thought this was just going to be, like, a sharp... point review of a One Piece chapter, didn't you?
I thought
and
Tagashi
yet here we
was
fucking are every time.
I thought Tagashi was hiatus. Maybe Stephen King.
No, Stephen King writes other shit.
Yeah, he writes other shit.
Like, even if he was like taking a break from that book, he probably wrote like 4 short story collections and 2 novels and 1 murder mystery in between those. So he's just a machine who will always keep on spurting out until, like, you know, he just dies and succumbs to a fate of, like, one of his books, or you know, the cocaine kicks in again.
All right,
God, I would love for the cocaine to kick in again. I'm a terrible person, but he wrote better on cocaine.
He actually used to
I sound
have
like
cocaine.
a bad person, but I feel like I honestly feel like we would have gotten a better end of the Dark Tower if we just locked him in a room with like a kilo of coke and a fucking fifth of vodka. And just told him go. We'd have found him dead at the end, but we'd have got the end of the series that we always wanted.
Oh my god.
All right, so
I am never meant to be a good person.
from our author murdering fantasies, let's rate this chapter. What scores did you guys give for this week's One Piece?
9. I love this chapter. I like One Piece. I love One Piece.
I don't know. I guess I'll give it like an 8 maybe.
Yeah, that's probably where I'm lying on. Like, it was definitely very surprising. I didn't expect it. And hey, Scott, it looks like Pudding might not get a redemption. Hopefully not. She could still get
that's
it.
why I gave it an 8 instead of a 7, because she is like doubling down on that like crazy asshole syndrome.
Yeah, the crazy yandere.
And I'm pretty cool with that. And hey, there's that very slim chance that Sanji might eventually just kick her in the face. Or maybe Big Mom. Maybe Big Mom. I would also accept Big Mom. Because nothing says I deserve a kick in the face like trying to eat Luffy.
Here's the thing. How do you think they'll catch Bege in time in order to make this like chocolate cake thing that Pudding is planning?
Not.
I think this is
I
kind
don't
of
know.
like stalling tactic.
It
Yeah, I
does
hope
feel like a
that-
stalling tactic because, like, I can't imagine her getting Bege very easily. I think he's going to be like, he's probably already has his escape plan. He's got a submarine or ship. He's going to get the fuck out of there. And there's nothing Pudding can do to, like, extract her sister. She's not like a fighter. Unless that stupid jelly she has on her, does something amazing.
Yeah. I don't know.
And it's like Bege already, and she can't like deceive him by pretending to be cute and nice because Bege knows about the assassination plot.
Yeah.
So
The only thing I could see is if she actually got close enough to edit his memory. But the problem with that is you basically have literally an entire castle full of fact-checkers living inside you.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
that's
no,
true.
I want to go be friends with her. No, you don't. What's that? There are 30 people in here that say you edited my memory? I'ma fucking punch you.
Yeah, and Bege is not like a naive or stupid character.
Man, I just realized that is like an amazing counter for
Oh
mind
my
control.
God. Oh my god, Bege just has like a room full of fact checkers who are like on the Den Mushi of like the internet, Den internet Mushis.
No, it's like that would be a great counter for mind control because, like, oh, isn't she amazing? And like the rest of his family is like, dude, she just used a devil fruit on you. I'm sorry, what? Yep, just happened. We all watched it happen.
Wow.
Motherfucker, time to punch somebody.
Yeah. So this chapter definitely got extended a little bit. We didn't get like, I wanted the family to be eaten so fucking badly,
Yeah.
but we didn't get that. It's still interesting. Like, I'm still curious to see how Straw Hats get out of it. But like, there's a part of me that was just kind of like, everything wrapped up really nicely. You could have ended it and moved on. But looks like we're getting another 10 more chapters of action. But I do love that image of Big Mom just like filled with fury, astride her like Nimbus cloud. Homicidal, crazy fury. She's just gonna just destroy everything. It's like, it's a fucking badass image.
Yeah.
I have one dumb question before we go.
Yep.
Do you think Beige is immune to Boa Hancock's like love beam?
How?
I mean, he already turns into stone. I mean, he's a castle.
Oh.
I don't think so. I don't think that counts.
I mean, I feel like it should.
Probably not, because it's like Livingstone or something
Yeah,
yes, like that.
Fine. Anyway, so that's it for me. That was
All right. So, what do you think is the appropriate thing to show with this?
How to make a quick wedding cake?
Easy bake
Book.
oven, motherfuckers. years.
Okay, Easybake Oven. Now you can defeat Big Mom by using this light bulb powered Easybake Oven to create a confectionery things as you play One Piece adventures in your backyard because you know you are not happy and you cannot be a Straw Hat pirate, but you can live the fantasy of pretending to help save Luffy with this Easybake Oven. You might be asking, but I have a real oven. Why would I need this Easybake Oven? Because it's not fun. Because your pink isn't pink. It doesn't have cool colors. It is not neat. It doesn't come with its own little recipe that you can make of little tiny bite-sized treats. You know, that's why it's better. It's hands down better. It fits the whole Cake Island theme. It's really colorful and nice. And you could, like, decorate it with, like, a face. So you can pretend it's like a, you know, anthropomorphized talking thing like Totland. And you can,
That's
like,
true.
make it talk. It's, you know.
All right. So,
Hello! I'm Mr. Easybake Oven. I'm going to help you.
all right. So for the next, hey, if we ever have a pudding-centric chapter, you know what we need to shell, right?
Pudding?
Video editing software.
Oh.
Oh my god, that's brilliant. We gotta remember
Yeah.
that for next time.
Yeah.
Either that or the book How to Make Friends and Influence People.
Oh god.
Those are good items. So we'll keep an eye out. We may get a pudding-centric chapter in the future. All right, so thank you for watching this review and listening to our random ramblings. We've had fun. We'll see you guys around.
All right. See you, folks.